plastic bag. Okay, that's better.
7 rows.
All right, I feel better now. Okay.
But I need to look at the pattern.
Can we cast on and then we'll start the video? Or are people waiting for us online?
And actually, it's 5:30 now. I don't know what to do.
Maybe just make us watch.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
First, we will showcase the samples.
Okay.
Some sample, not all.
Okay.
After that, while meeting and question time.
Question time. So when we're showcasing the samples, do I need to get up and show them, or what? How do we do this?
I think we can pick. Just grab. I can grab.
Okay.
And if it's something on that rack, then mommy can pick
Hand them
up.
over.
Yeah.
So are we going to go through each sample one by one?
We don't need to.
Why don't we just pick the ones we want to talk about and put them right here on this rack? And so then we'll know which ones.
Yeah. So which one?
I think the black and white one you have to talk about.
Hey.
Yeah, that one.
Maybe that one too. これもその持ってるショールも。
Shawl. Yeah, this pattern's coming out next week, so we can talk about it. Funky Power. I think this is good. Maybe take this one away. It's not very photogenic. How about the Robinia with the big kumo and confetti? Because you have that yarn. Yeah, you guys have that yarn. And that one's really good because you have Twist Nouveau. So this one's made in Twist Nouveau. So we can show that one. Where's those stack of patterns that I have?
Oh yeah. パターンのそう。
Yes, this, because then it could be nice to show this while we're talking, because then this gives people visual identity when they look on Ravelry. All right, so let's make sure we got this one. Are we talking about Kentabile? No. You're wearing Nexus.
Yeah.
We should show this one. You have the yarn.
Okay.
Polka dot sweater. We can do Elton. I think Elton is good. Hold on. This is Funky Power. There's some missing here. Hold on. Okay, we can just show Elton like that. I don't have one for the shawls. So Big Spite by Vera Valimaki, and this one is Stephen, what's it called? I can't remember the name of that one. It's the tags on it, I think.
This is Batad.
Oh, Batad. Okay, Batad by Stephen West. Okay. All right. Oh, so we all need to scoot over? Like this? It's good that we have a director.
Yeah, good director. 聞こえちゃってる。すいません。いえいえ。ちょっと待って。はい。すいません。急だけど、そろそろ始めますね。はい。始まったんですか？はい。
はい。
はい。
Hello.
Hi.
こんにちは。
Konnichiwa. Bonjour.
はい。どうぞ誰か喋ってください。はい。
So we have Aimée here
Hi.
in Tokyo at our shop at WALNUT Tokyo. And this is the last day of our pop-up.
Yeah.
Yeah. Super fun time.
So many people came to see us.
Yeah.
And see the yarn. Yes. So this is your third time in
I think this
Tokyo?
is my third time. First time I came in 2019, and then 21. This is my fourth time.
Fourth time.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, you're a pro. Tokyo traveler. Yeah. So, how did you find this series of events this year?
The events were really fun this year. It was my first time coming to Japan to actually teach.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so I came to the retreat last week and I taught in Tarja. We used the yarn here for the class, and it was really exciting to teach a new technique to some of the knitters, and then work with some of the other knitters who had knit before.
Yeah.
And show them some of my tips and tricks, and I think they really liked that.
Yeah, and it was fun.
And it was really fun.
Yeah.
It was really fun, and we were in Nara for the retreat.
Yeah.
And then after that, I went to Kyoto for a couple days to rest, and then we came back to Tokyo for the events here at the shop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Aimée also taught the color play.
Yes,
Yeah,
I taught a
so
second
nice.
class
Yeah.
here in Tokyo, color play the LBA way. So just the way that we think about color at La Bien Aimée, and the way I think about color when I'm working it in designs. And I created a new bandana for the class called Miyabi, which we will release publicly sometime in October.
Yeah,
So,
I
yeah.
learned so much.
Oh, you
Yeah.
did! Oh, thank you, Toko-sensei. Thank you.
Your presentation is so perfect.
Oh,
I learned so much.
I appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah. And you brought so many swatches.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's not even all of them. If you saw,
Yeah.
I mean, I think I have 1,000 swatches. Like,
Wow.
but,
Yeah, Tokuko usually throw them away.
no, it's like a little knitted journal of a moment in time. So I keep my swatches.
So I also brought a big trunk show with me. Some of the pieces are here. And it's always exciting to bring samples that I've knit over the last year to Japan, because I'm very curious to see how the Japanese will style these knits. And this year was really impressive that everybody loved all the pieces. I feel like all the pieces got good attention, specifically one. So I was wearing this in the first hour.
Raglan?
So it's the Boxy Raglan by Hoki Locatelli, and so this is what the original looked like.
Yeah, and this is Amy's version. Of
Yeah.
it.
And just and so as you can see, and then I knew that I didn't want a long sleeve sweater like Hohi.
Like linen jacket, and I didn't do any buttons because I didn't do buttonholes or anything. And this is my size, so this fits me perfectly. But Meri was wearing it.
Yeah. Yeah.
It was perfect for everybody, actually.
Yes. Everyone who tried it on it was great.
Yeah. This is like a vest.
I guess it kind of is a cropped vest now. Yeah. I made it shorter, so it's like 2 stripes shorter than the original and short sleeves. Oh. Technical issues. Whistling?
これがいらないんじゃない？これ今切ってます。いけそうか？一回今ピンマイクも切ってて大丈夫そうじゃない？どうだろう？さっき切ったらちょっとお待ちください。ちょっとお待ちください。
Sorry, technical issues. Please be patient. If you have your knitting, now is time to knit.
Yeah. Now it's time to look at your pattern.
Yes.
Yeah. 大丈夫そう？ そうですね。はい。すいません。
Are we good now?
Yeah.
Yes. We can start.
So everybody was trying this on, and then
It look-
grab black and white kumo, a big kumo.
Yeah, and there's something really great about having a black and white piece because it kind of goes with everything in your closet. And so yeah, we'll be sending some more black and white to you. Yeah.
This is just an amazing piece that this size fit everybody.
Yeah.
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 So for my size, I'm a 48-inch bust, and I think that we knit the size 6, so that was a 50-inch bust, so I have a little bit of ease. And I mean, you can see that Meri's smaller than me, and it looked great on her. I'll try it on here really quick.
Sorry, my mic was.
Let me put that there. So I don't want to stand up too high because so you can see that it's a little bit more fitted on me, but still very cute. We've posted pictures on my Instagram of me wearing it, and I really love how this feels. This might be my Rhinebeck sweater. We'll see.
Okay.
We'll see.
It's very light.
Yeah, it's very light.
comfy.
Very light and just warm, and you know, not too warm. So yeah.
Yeah.
So this is the Boxy Raglan by Joji Locatelli.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
That was a big hit.
Yeah. And the yarn is Big Kumo. So this was a new yarn that we released this year. It's the big brother to Kumo, which I created a few years ago. Like it was after my trip in 2019.
Oh yeah.
And then in between that time, we also came out with Little Kumo, which is lace weight version of Kumo. And maybe we can show. Do we have a sample with Little Kumo? Well, we do. It's in the Traveler.
Oh yeah.
It's in the Traveler shell here. But yeah, so there's 3 in the Kumo family. So we have Little Kumo, Kumo, and Big Kumo. And Kumo means cloud.
Yeah.
Yes.
In
Yes,
Japanese.
Yeah. Super cute.
Yeah.
All right, what should we talk about next?
This one?
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. That one is Nexus by Natasha Hornsby. She is a Dutch designer, and she just released this pattern in May of this year.
Yeah, I've been seeing it, and I first didn't recognize this because the color is completely different.
Yeah, I don't know if you can see here, but Natasha used Aimée and Winterfell. It's inspired by Sachiko.
Sashiko
yeah.
embroidery.
Embroidery, exactly. And she used mosaic knitting to kind of mimic that. And I knew, I mean, as much as I love blue, it's not my color. I knew I wanted mine to be yellow and pink. And so, yeah.
Yellow and pink.
I never wear blue. I don't know why. It's just a color that I don't gravitate towards.
Yeah, yellow.
So yeah, this Meri's wearing my sample. So we kind of did a little bit of hybrid knitting, what I consider hybrid knitting. We knit 2 sizes. We cast on the size 6 because the pattern is knit here on the sleeve. And then when we knit the size 6 for the body where you pick up here, there was just too much volume under the arm. And so I didn't want that much volume under my arm. So we knit the size 3 for this part.
For here.
Of the sweater.
I see.
Yeah, and then we just customized the length to the length that I wanted, so it's slightly cropped. All my notes for my version of Nexus is on my Ravelry.
Yeah.
So yeah.
And this also fits everybody.
This one fit everyone too.
Yeah, which is really magical.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe for you, the sleeves.
The sleeves are definitely not long. For me, the sleeves are bracelet length, like this. But yeah, it would look great on everyone. So, and this is such a great jacket to kind of throw over. No buttons, so it's worn open. So it's really great for this like interseason right now. Yeah. So,
yeah, love it.
So that's Nexus by Natasha Hornsby. What do we have next? Let's talk about the Elton.
Okay.
And Tokuko, you just knit Elton.
Yeah.
She made 2 Eltons.
Cardigan and pullover version.
Yeah, so Elton pattern by Joji Locatelli. This is the pullover version, and this one is the cardigan version. Maybe I'll try this one on.
Yeah.
It'll be good to take this big Kumo sweater off. It's really hot. So this one too looked really good on a lot of people. And for people here in Japan, this was like long sleeved. And for me, I wore it 3/4 length sleeve. So yeah, I never really button my cardigans. I always wear them open. Yeah, so it's got a drop shoulder construction. And yarns that you can use for this are fingering weight and a lace weight. So twist nouveau and little kumo would be great.
Yeah, I used to read Kumo.
Yeah, use little kumo.
Yeah, it's so good. Yeah,
Feels
for-
really nice.
Yeah.
really nice.
It's
yeah.
really soft and
Yeah,
lightweight.
Yeah, it looks so nice.
Oh,
Yeah.
yours is really nice. She did it in Yellow Brick Road,
Yeah.
which I love that color.
Yeah, and you can also use silk mohair.
Yes, you can use silk mohair
Yeah.
as well. And I've had clients who don't like fuzzy lace, so they've used aliques. So you can use a fingering weight like twist nouveau, and you could use one single strand of aliques here, and it's really nice too. Yeah, that works well.
Makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah, so this is the Elton cardigan, which also exists as a pullover.
Yeah.
And it's another pattern by Joji Locatelli. And I think we might have the pullover over there. It's the yellow one, Manny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yay, thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, so this is the pullover.
I need the same color.
Yeah, so this is the color that Tokuko knit, and it's so good. Oh, and we have another one,
Oh yeah.
a pink one. This one's in pink fetty and mohair silk heliodor. So yeah, really, really fun to wear and really fun to knit. And it doesn't use a lot of yarn.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. I think for my size, this one I used 2 fingering weight and 1 mohair silk for my size. And I knit the size 4. So yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Next up, we have a really fun sweater, the Robinia.
Yes.
Yeah, so this is a pattern by Anne Wenzel. She's, I believe, a Danish designer. And I modified mine because I did not want to have long sleeves and I did not want to have such a long sweater in the front. So I knit a cropped version. And this one, again, was another sweater that everyone tried on and it looked really good.
Yeah.
I did my kind of signature folded hem on the sleeve here, and then I did the sewing with some neon yarn because I thought it would be really fun to be able to see the see the sewing on the inside. Yeah, and we used big kumo, so big kumo for the motif, and confetti in Amy's peach sweater for the main color.
Yeah.
So yeah, so maybe this one will be my Rhinebeck sweater too.
Yeah, this is really cute.
Well, these were this one and the black and white cardigan were brand new samples for this tour.
okay.
So I haven't actually worn them yet. So I'm trying to figure out like what am I going to wear right back?
Oh yeah. Oh, and this tiny bit
Yeah,
of
so-
neon here too.
So a little bit of neon in the
Just
back.
So cute.
Yeah, so I know that's the back of the sweater.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Yeah.
But are these sleeves like?
Yeah.
It feels like it's very wide.
They are very wide.
Did you make it wider, or
No.
is it the
The
pattern?
pattern is written this way. There's
Okay.
no decreases. So you just knit a really long tube and then it decreases really fast. You can see that's like that.
Yeah.
And I like this big sleeve. It kind of,
Yeah.
it's nice and having it, the folded hem kind of gives it a little bit of an elegant look.
Right.
And I really like it.
Yeah, this made it look really nice. Like it's kind of like a flared
A little bit.
sleeve.
Yeah,
Look.
absolutely. It was 3/4 length sleeve, so it hits me right about here, just underneath my elbow. So it's really nice. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so this was a new sample.
That was a new sample. Maybe I'll take off this one and I'll put this one on.
Okay.
Yeah. So this other one is new as well. This one is by a Japanese designer named Midori Hirose. She lives in Germany. And here's what the pattern looks like. It's green. And I met her in Madrid earlier this year, and she was wearing the sweater. And she had not released it yet. And I was really like, wow, that's a cool idea to do the polka dots with like these double yarn overs. And it's knit in a very chunky yarn that we don't really have at La Bien Aimée. So I created a yarn by holding 2 strands of confetti together, an Amy's peach sweater and a gris éphémère. And I really like how it came out.
Yeah.
And this was another sweater that looked really good on everyone when they tried it on. So as you can see in the photo, it's like super oversized on the model. So for everyone who tried it on here in the shop, it looked like this. And for me, I wear it with a little bit less ease. And I still have to find buttons for it, but that'll happen soon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This looked like a really like cozy, chunky cardigan.
Super cozy. Yeah, really nice. Really nice.
Yeah. And confetti feels nicer
Yes.
this year.
Absolutely. This season we spun, so last year we had Cori confetti, which was a Cordell based confetti. And this year our confetti is based with a superfine merino and a little bit of Shetland wool to give it a little bit of body.
Yeah.
So it's much softer, but it still has a lot of texture. Like like texture stitches look really nice, but it's not so itchy as the Cordell.
I didn't know that the wool was different.
Yeah, the wool is different. We used a superfine merino to kind of offset the Shetland wool that can be a little scratchy, and it came out really nice. I really love how this came out. It blocks beautifully. So yeah, I think this is one of my favorite sweater yarns this year.
I see. That's why like we also try this on.
Yeah.
And this feels so nice like a sweatshirt or
Yes. So this is Punky Power by Nadia Cretin-Lechen. This is coming out next week. So this is like a preview for this pattern. And we use 3 colors of confetti. The sweater is actually knit with long sleeves, as you can see here. And I don't really want to wear long sleeve sweaters. This will become like kind of a fall coat for me. But when we were working on the sample, one of my assistants suggested making a short sleeve version, and I thought that's a great idea. And it reminds me of a sweatshirt kind of when you wear it. And this was another sample that looked good on everyone who tried it on this weekend.
Yes. So which size is this?
So this one is the size 5, and it's cropped. So I think I did 2 stripes less. And then short sleeves. So yeah.
Yeah, I think I would make size 4 for myself.
Yeah.
This was slightly big for me, although it was like really nice and bulky.
I think that if you're not going to be wearing like long sleeves or a voluminous dress underneath, a size 4 would be great for you. Yeah. And I use the colors gris éphémère and peach sweater and yellow brick road. So yeah, my favorite yellow and pink combo.
And gray.
And yeah, great. Gray goes with everything. So yeah, that's exciting release that's coming next week.
Yeah.
I think that we have 2 shawls left to talk about. Oh, yes. So this one's another new release that's coming next week. This is called the Mini Cozy. And this uses Alix and Little Kumo. And the color that was used here is Hal and Sophie from my anime collection. And yeah, this is a super fun, easy to knit. You start from the tips and you knit in this direction. So technically, if you've got like, you know, a single skein of yarn and you want to use the whole thing, you can definitely use it on this pattern. That's why I like scarves that are knit in this direction.
Yeah. Knit sideways.
So
which yarn has Hal and Sophie color?
So the Hal and Sophie on this one is the Little Kumo.
Ah, I see.
So yeah, the Little Kumo is Hal and Sophie, and then we used Alix and Blanc. And it just kind of blended in, so it gives it kind of a little bit of a muted look for Hal and Sophie, which is a very variegated colorway. So yeah, I love how this came out. It's like really soft.
Yeah, it's so pretty.
Yeah.
And this is another super popular.
And this, what's so great is this. The construction is super interesting. It starts here. Yeah. And this is an old pattern. It came out in 2016 or 17. I paired up with Vera Valimaki for Knit Stars, and this was when I created Fleur Morganite, actually, for this project. Fleur Morganite malachite, and then the light color on this side is heliodor.
Mhm.
All three of those colors I created at the same time for this shawl.
Oh, really?
Yes, for this shawl.
Oh.
The original was done in merino singles,
Mhm.
which is a fingering weight,
Mhm.
but we did this one in Alix,
Yeah.
held double. So it's kind of knit at a sport weight gauge, and it's really, really nice. It's very
Yeah.
squishy,
Yeah.
a little bit bigger,
Mhm.
and super nice.
Yeah, it's a nice wrap size.
Yes.
Yeah, you can wrap around.
And this color is perfect.
Do you like these colors?
Yeah, we love
Yeah.
it.
And pink.
Green and pink.
Yeah, we love pink.
Yeah. We love green and pink.
I
and
just
yellow.
learned how to say pink and green in Japanese.
Yes.
Yeah, pinkuru midori.
Yes.
So I love that. But you
Yeah.
picked your colors for Big Spite.
Yes. So we were before we opened our shop for the pop-up.
Yeah.
Everybody was picking their own 3 colors.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And this is what I chose.
That's exciting. I'm
Yeah.
so excited to see that.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
I wanted to use that green, but then I had no choice but to pick the same pink. I wanted to see a different color combo. So
I think that it's
yeah.
great that you picked this color because
Mhm.
it's not inside Inko. So
Mhm.
if there's any time that these two are together, like on the brioche portion,
Yeah.
they'll stand apart.
Mhm.
So
Mhm.
that's really
Mhm.
nice.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah. So
Who else is gonna knit it?
Tokuko chose her own
And-
colors.
Otsu-san.
Hiromi picked.
Oh, she did?
color
Okay,
too.
great.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
super.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Super.
Yeah.
Shall we talk about Inko?
Yeah.
Yes.
Mhm.
So this is the new colorway. This is great that you wound
Mhm,
it so that
mhm.
people can kind of see what it looks like.
Mhm.
So here is Inko in Alix,
Mhm.
and this is what it looks like when you wind it up into a ball of yarn.
Yeah.
This is a colorway that's from my anime collection. It's inspired by the parrot character in The Boy and the Heron in the latest Miyazaki film. I was really inspired by that scene where they're flying and they're all together, and I saw the colors together. And when I saw that scene, I saw a colorway
Oh.
create in my mind.
Wow.
And so we dyed it on Alix,
Mhm.
which is it's really, really nice on Alix. We also did it on Twist Nouveau.
Mhm.
And I think we did it on 2 Kumo bases.
Yeah.
So we have it on Little Kumo and we have it on Kumo.
Mhm.
So it's kind of hard probably on screen to see the difference, but this one is a lace weight that is 400 meters. And this is it's like a heavy lace weight at 300 meters.
Mhm.
So yeah, I love how this came out, and I think it's been pretty popular.
Yeah.
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 Pretty
We're already
popular.
out of this color on
Yeah,
Alix.
on Alix. Yeah, I think this one like went out almost on the first day.
Mhm.
And this is what Inko looks like knit up in a new shawl called Kodama.
Mhm.
This is a pattern by Nadia Cretin-Lechen, and I was inspired by the name Kodama because I learned about this name from Miyazaki films.
Mhm.
But when I was taking the train to Nara,
Mhm.
some of the train names were named Kodama as
Ah,
well,
yeah,
which
yeah,
I noticed.
Yeah.
Which I noticed too. So
Yeah.
I thought that was really interesting. I just really thought that was a great
Yeah,
name for
because
this.
sound travels as well.
Oh.
So Kodama is like a reflection of sound on
Okay.
the mountain.
Oh.
Yeah, like if you shout,
Yeah.
then it comes back to
Like
you.
an echo.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mhm.
Interesting. Wow.
Mhm.
So yeah, so that was our new color release
Mhm.
for this event was Inko.
Mhm.
Inko is now available online, and our stockists will all start to carry Inko very soon.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah. The shawl is really pretty.
Yeah, the shawl's
Yeah.
really, really nice.
Mhm.
So I'm very excited.
That's the same
Oh yeah.
shawl.
So this was the original. So when we commissioned Nadia to make this design, we sent her Mononoke. So this is Mononoke from the anime collection. And after she showed us this design, I knew that I had to make it on Inko as
Yeah.
well.
Mhm.
So this is definitely the kind of shawl that you can use an entire skein of yarn if you want to, because it's knit from side to side like this.
Yeah.
So definitely this one's knit on a little bit looser gauge, so it's a little bit bigger. So it's just really nice as well. So you can make it as big or as small as you want.
And it's great that it's completely reversible.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is a great design for variegated yarns. Yeah,
Mhm.
variegated or speckled yarns as well. Yeah.
Yeah, so you don't really have to worry about like which side is front and which side is back because there's only a slight difference between front and back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But no one's gonna notice.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, or maybe a knitter. A knitter will notice.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe we should talk about this.
Oh
Yeah.
Mhm.
Also for this event, we made an accessory. Let me show yours because this one is this is the original. So this one I have is the original accessory that I made for La Bien Aimée.
Mhm.
It's a needle gauge and a ruler
Mhm.
in a leather handle, I guess like this, wristlet. We call it a wristlet.
Mhm.
And I like to actually carry this on my house keys.
Mhm.
So I always know where my keys are, and I always have a needle gauge with me because I always have my house keys.
Oh yeah. That's true.
With me.
Yeah. Good idea.
And we made some custom colors for
Mhm.
amirisu,
Mhm.
this beautiful green.
Mhm.
Green is super popular in Japan.
Yeah. It wasn't before when we
Yeah.
started amirisu.
Wow.
And we love green, and we always used to always have green colors left in our shop. So we even made an issue dedicated to green.
I remember that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and I love that issue. I thought it was so cool.
Yeah. And for some reason, the green has been really popular in the last few years.
Do you think after you made that issue about green that it changed people's minds a little bit?
No.
I'm not sure.
It's like, no.
Not because of that, but because like the green became the trendy color,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
many fashion brands
It's true.
made
It's
bright
true.
green,
Yeah.
like sweaters and things
Yeah,
like
absolutely.
that. So
Yeah.
yeah, but this is a beautiful green color.
Yeah, so we made a green and a pink, and they're
Mhm.
branded with La Bien Aimée and amirisu.
Mhm.
And we will make them for the shop whenever you
Yeah.
guys want them. And it's
Mhm.
really great. Mine's been used for like over a year, so the leather becomes very, very soft. Yeah. It's really nice. So like when they come brand new, they're a little stiff, but as you use it, it just like relaxes, and the leather's really soft and nice.
Yeah.
So yeah.
It's good to have needle gauge with you all the time.
I know, because I can't read the needle anymore.
Oh,
my,
yeah.
my eyes,
I know.
I can't read that small, so it's really nice to have this with me all the
Yeah.
time.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
yeah, so those are all the goodies that I brought to Japan this year. Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
knitting. Thank you. So what are we knitting? Should we talk about what we're knitting?
So I just cast it on that shawl.
Okay, the Bix Bite
Big Spike.
by Vera Valimaki.
Yeah. With this color. This is going to be my MC.
Okay,
So yeah.
nice. And Tokuko is,
And your pattern?
yes, so this is Le Bandana. Wow, it's gotten really big.
Yeah.
I think when I arrived, you were
Mhm,
like down
mhm.
here or somewhere.
Yeah.
That's really good.
Mhm.
It's so nice color. I love it.
Are you gonna go bigger?
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah.
there's enough yarn.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So she's using a kit that we made when we released Le Bandana. It's using one skein of Felix and Avoine.
Mhm.
And yes, thank you. And one skein of Felix and Flor Morganite, but also paired with Fua Fua
Mhm.
from Moondrake.
Yeah,
And now I need
Moondrake.
help with the colors. Sand and Neon Princess.
Yes.
And it makes this like really beautiful pink that's not exactly Neon Princess. It's not exactly Flor Morganite. It's really cool.
Yeah.
It's a little bit softer.
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
So nice texture.
Yeah, the
Mm.
texture's nice because the Fua Fua has
Yeah,
cashmere and merino in there, and mixed with the Felix, which is like Coradel and merino, it's like this ultimate softness.
Yeah.
So really cool. I mean, I have to make one like that now. I see that and I'm like, oh man, I need that one.
Yeah.
So you cast on Bix Bite.
Mhm. Mhm.
That's nice. And I'm working on a little design,
Mhm.
kind of inspired by my travels to Japan. And I frogged. I had gotten further. I was about up here. And then this morning at breakfast, I was looking at it and I didn't like it.
Oh.
So
Oh.
I pulled it out and I'm going to start again.
Yeah.
So yeah.
How far did you go back?
Pretty far. I
Mhm.
mean, I was like about up to here.
Yeah.
I already introduced to
Oh yeah.
3
yeah,
colors.
Yeah. Oh, you're back to the.
Yeah, so I'm back to
the
this
second color.
part right here
Yeah.
where I like this, and
Mhm.
so I have a better idea of where I'm going. But this is part of my design process. I kind of knit and then I frog, and then I knit and then I frog. So
Yeah.
yeah,
That's good.
yeah.
Sorry, while we were chatting, I had 5 stitches instead of 4, so. to check what
She's
was
like
going
casting on a new project
on.
live.
I don't know. if
That's
I
next
can,
level.
like-
So
we prepared
Oh.
some questions to talk about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the first, what is your favorite yarn and favorite color of LBA yarn?
So what is my favorite yarn and favorite color among LBA yarns?
Yeah.
Mm.
Well, my new favorite yarn right now is Alix, which we have right here. This is my new heavy lace weight. That's Falkland Merino and Surrey Alpaca, and it's named after my daughter. So Alix is my daughter's name, and it completes a trio of yarns that I've created called Helix, Felix, and Alix, which we call the Leaks collection. I've always wanted to have these kind of lace weight yarns that we could use to hold double with several things, so we can hold it double with itself, hold it with mohair silk or with like Surrey alpaca. And so yeah, I guess Alix right now is kind of my favorite, but I also really like Wensley worsted. That's what I'm knitting with right now.
Yes.
Yeah. And this is what I was using for my Intarsia class. So Wensley is a sister or brother yarn to Corey worsted. So Corey worsted came out and it was gray. And we dyed on this base, and I made a book about featuring Corey worsted. And then I knew that I wanted to have a white yarn to go with it. And so I made Wensley worsted so that I could dye. Oh, yay. Thanks, Mammy. So Mammy's brought over some examples.
I worked with it for the first time during the retreat for that Amy's Intarsia class. And I was surprised how nice it was to on my fingers. Yeah. It was really...
Thank you.
Yeah.
I made this yarn a little softer than Corey worsted. I took some feedback because when Corey came out, it's soft and it's got beautiful drape, but the Gotland kind of behaves like mohair silk. So for some people who kind of don't like the kind of hairy yarns, or they find that a little itchy. And so I definitely took out that kind of aspect, but I did add a little bit of Wensleydale in here, which gives the yarn a little bit of a halo, kind of similar to the Corey. So that we still have that halo going on, but this one's softer. I put some Falkland Merino. I put Falkland Merino in here, and that always softens things up. So yeah,
it's always a good.
Oh, thanks. Yeah, we can do all the neons on Wensley worsted. So yeah, those are my 2 favorite bases, Wensley and Alix, right now. So yeah.
Yeah. So Felix is 100% wool.
Felix is 100% wool, but it is Falkland Corriedale and Falkland Merino. And Alix is Falkland Merino and Surrey alpaca.
Okay, it has alpaca.
Yeah. So it has a nice drape and it has a little bit of a halo that you can kind of see from the alpaca. You can definitely feel the difference between the two when you touch it. Alix kind of has this like buttery feel that comes from the alpaca. So yeah.
Oh yeah. Also, I picked like 3 different yarns. So this is Felix.
Oh, nice.
This is Felix, and this is Alex.
Perfect. You'll have a Leaks collection shawl.
Yeah.
I love that. I love that. So I see the next question. It says, we too have become interested in crochet. Is crochet popular in Europe, and what kinds of things do you think would be cute to crochet? Well, this is perfect timing because I'm releasing a shawl. It's right here. So this is my pattern called Le Triangle. So it means the triangle, and I added granny because I think that I'll make a series of triangle shawls. And this features the granny square motif. And I used several different yarn brands mixed in here, along with La Bien Aimée. We have...
Oh, I thought this is like 100% La Bien Aimée.
No.
Oh, you mixed in
I mixed different brands. So we've got a little bit of Farmer's Daughter,
Uh-huh.
Sonder yarn, Wandering Flock.
Oh.
We have Little Fox yarn. We have Sky Dance
Mhm.
yarn and Mayak.
Mhm.
So it's all mixed in here
Wow.
to make this shawl. And these are all the vendors that are going to be at an event called a Woolen Affair,
Mhm.
Rhinebeck Weekend.
Mhm.
And so I'm releasing this on October 11th.
Mhm.
And the idea is that people can use leftovers
Mhm.
or they can go shop all the vendors and get the colors
Yeah.
and make a version similar to
Mhm.
this.
Mhm.
And this is a great beginner crochet
Mhm.
pattern. So if
Yeah.
you've never crocheted, you could give it a go.
Mhm.
So
Yeah, this is so cute.
Yeah.
So beautiful.
It's really nice to wear. I throw it over my
Mhm.
shoulders like you saw earlier when I came in, and the weather's starting to change here
Mhm.
in
Mhm.
Tokyo. So it's
Mhm.
really nice to wear this.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's really, really nice to wear this.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think crochet is becoming popular, but I feel like crochet's
Yeah.
always been popular for me. I like crochet.
Oh, okay.
I've been crocheting since I was little.
Mhm.
So what about in Japan?
Yeah, recently it's so popular right now.
I
in
think it's
Japan.
more popular
Mm.
among young people.
Yeah, young
like
people,
all of a
yeah.
sudden.
That's
Yeah.
I
good.
don't know why, but
I see it in the magazines, like fashion magazines. I was just walking down the street at Omotesando,
Mhm.
and there's a window display, and there was crochet in the window display. So
Yeah, I think it's been since maybe last year that we started to see people wearing a store-bought crochet.
yeah, I think that there's like the
Things.
granny square
Mhm.
sweater that's been
Mhm.
really popular.
Mhm. Yeah.
Yeah, cool. Well,
Mhm.
that's awesome. It's nice to see crochet
Yeah.
getting some attention.
Mhm. Mhm.
All right, so next question you have for me. You held a pop-up in China.
Yep.
What was the reaction of your customers and what were the trends in knitting in China? Well, it was very exciting.
Mhm.
It was my first trip to China, and I went to Shanghai.
Mhm.
And I have to say it was exciting. If I was going to pick one word, exciting. And the Chinese knitters, they knit everything. Like I was surprised, like they knit their own designs. So sometimes they'll just like say, oh, I want to make a sweater, I'm going to knit it. But they're also knitting Western designers, you know, designers from the United States and in Europe. They're also knitting Japanese patterns as well. When I was there, they had knit several pieces from Miki Teragaki.
Oh, really?
So, yeah, cantabile sweater.
Wow.
At least
Wow.
3 or 4 of the customers were wearing the cantabile sweater. And they had made the campanella shawl, and they had done the collars as well. So, yeah, I think that the Chinese knitters, they knit everything.
Yeah, and I think a lot of them are really advanced knitters.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, they're very good knitters. I was really surprised. I don't know why I was surprised. I guess it's because I didn't know anything, you know, because we can't really see what's going on.
Yeah.
But their knitting is very precise and very good. Very good, very high level.
Interesting.
Yeah. And I don't know what trends. I feel like they like everything. They were knitting everything from Europe, and they told me that they're very inspired by what's going on in Japan. So they're very inspired by amirisu and what you guys are showing as well. They mentioned you both. But they also love Stephen West, you know, Andrew Mowry, and all the really popular designers. Yeah, everything. Yeah.
Yeah, there's so many, like the big population.
Yeah,
So
it's
I
a big
guess,
country, so it makes
Yeah.
sense that they are interested in a lot of things.
I see.
Next question you have for me is, what motivates you most about your work, and what is your favorite part of your job? I think my favorite part of my job is the creation of colors. This trip, I've been really inspired by colors that I'm seeing. And this trip, I've been kind of wanting to learn how to say the colors in Japanese. And so I learned recently how to say peach, momo, yeah, momoiro, and then midori. And so I'm really inspired by these words also as they go together. And I think about how I can put peach and green together. So I think I have an idea. So I want to go home and make a momo midori style color.
Yeah, that's gonna be your favorite color.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe. But yeah, I mean, I think I'm mostly inspired by what people are wearing as well. And so I saw a lot of green. I mean, we made the green wrist rulers for you, but also a lot of the customers that came in were wearing green.
Like khaki green or brighter green.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Exactly.
different.
So green's on my mind right now. And I have some new colors that are coming out, and so those are always kind of motivating to me. And when I have a new color come out, like Inko, I'm always thinking about maybe the next color I can create can be something to go with Inko. And so that's always something that's in my mind. So I guess my favorite part of my job is thinking about colors.
Yeah.
And that motivates me. I really enjoy going to work every day to be able to work on colors. And then I guess the next thing would be maybe designs and collaborating. I love working with other people in the industry, making new projects and thinking about how we can work together. So, yeah.
Yeah, awesome.
All right, last question. Do you plan to open a store again?
We had to ask.
Yeah.
Because we didn't get to go to your shop
Yeah.
and you still have it, and I really regret it.
Well, I sometimes think about it. I closed my shop in May 2021. It's just really hard to have a shop during the pandemic. And my kids were at this really kind of transitional age, you know, and I felt like they needed me to be around all the time. And so it just didn't make sense for me to keep struggling to open the shop. That would mean that I would have to spend more time away from my family. And my husband and I are business partners, and we just decided, like, let's just close the shop and focus on the studio. And so I decided that as long as my children are living at home, they are 14 and 17, that I would not have a shop because I want to be around for them.
Yeah.
And honestly, if I had a shop right now, I wouldn't be here.
Yes.
I wouldn't, yeah.
True.
I wouldn't be able to come to Japan and teach. I wouldn't be able to do some of the events that I get to do because I would be at the shop. So I feel like I have more to give, at least for the next few years. And so we'll see. Once my children are graduate from high school and go off to college, we'll see. Yeah, I'll let you know.
Yeah, we'll come to the opening if
Yeah.
we ever reopen.
Oh my gosh, that would be so fun. Okay, so I have some questions for you guys. Okay, so would you like me to read them to you?
Yeah.
Okay. My question is, which designers are on your radar and which patterns do you like the most from this designer? And this can be either Europe or the United States.
I keep forgetting her name. I have a favorite designer right now.
The Korean market right now.
Oh.
Yeah, Korean designer.
Korean designers?
Yeah, is young people, and so new for me.
Oh.
Yeah, and my students need so many Korean.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Korean
It's like
patterns.
very recent.
Yeah.
Like a few years ago, we were trying to find if there's any designers in Korea, and it was really hard. Yeah, but like this past, I don't know, very recently,
Yeah.
That's exciting.
Yeah,
started to
changing.
see a lot of Korean designers.
Are you able to translate patterns from Korean to Japanese?
Korean, just Korean, it's so difficult.
Mm,
Of course.
yeah.
Yeah, but some designer is written by in English.
Oh, they're writing in
Yeah,
English.
yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
great.
Yeah.
That's great.
So we can meet.
Okay,
Yeah.
very cool.
Yeah.
My favorite designer right now is Lindsay.
Lindsay
Yeah,
Deegan.
yeah.
Yeah, she's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's making some really fun stuff. Yeah.
I love everything she makes.
Yeah. Lindsay Deegan, she's really like whimsical. Her designs are really like, they're very memorable. So yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
I'm trying to make her Mizoni zigzag
Yeah.
sweater with all the
That's very
colors that we
cute.
have on one of her bases. So
How fun. I can't wait to
Yeah.
see that. Okay, so next question is, what is your favorite weight of yarn to knit with?
I love fingering weight.
Fingering weight?
Yeah.
Okay.
I love DK.
You like DK,
yeah.
and I like sport. So like in between the two. Yeah. Okay. That's fun.
I like sport weight too, but there aren't very many patterns around.
No, that's why I want to create more. I want to create more patterns for sport weight because it really isn't a lot of patterns. That's why you like Wensley worsted. It's a DK.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Next question: favorite knitting pattern or a pattern that you have knit more than once?
So unfortunately, I just knitted for a short and sample. So I couldn't wear my designs always.
Oh.
So, but recently I knit for myself my design again.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
So she discovered that if she makes another like project in the same color, then she gets to wear them.
So you knit one version for the shop, and then you knit a second version in the same color for yourself.
Yeah.
Is that boring or exciting?
No. I want to wear
Okay.
my design.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That
So,
makes sense.
Yeah, the important things, the same color.
The same color.
Yeah.
All right. All right. What's your favorite color?
The pink or green.
Pink or green? See?
Yeah, I have blue, but not much my face.
It used to be just green and yellow, but she started to choose pink these days.
Pink is awesome. Okay, what about you? Favorite pattern or a pattern that you've knit more than once?
I rarely knit the same pattern twice, but I made Ashby twice.
Oh, okay.
The shawl.
Yeah.
And then there are two patterns that I want to make again.
Okay.
It's Marine Shawl by Isolde.
Yes, I remember that pattern. Yeah.
Yeah, it was so fun, and I've been wanting to make another one in different color.
Very cute.
And the other one is Damask.
Damask.
It's Kitman Figueroa.
Yeah. They'll put the notes in the show notes.
We've been working with her. She's a shawl
designer.
And this pattern called Damask, it's a very, very complicated design. And it has lots of bubbles, and it was really hard to make, but I really enjoyed it. And
it was satisfying.
Yeah, and for some reason I gave it away.
Oh.
So I don't have it with me anymore. So I've been wanting to make another one. Oh yeah, it's this one.
Oh, beautiful shawl.
Yeah.
Kitman Figura.
Yeah.
Yeah, beautiful. Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
That's a lot of work. That's impressive. Oh, that's awesome. Okay, next is, well, we were talking about crochet earlier, and my question to you is, crochet popular in Asia? So you kind of already answered that question, so we'll skip that one. And last question is, do you feel like knitting is an all ages activity in Asia, or mostly reserved for the older generation?
I think people still perceive it as an old people's hobby. Partly because my parents' generation, almost everybody knit. Yeah, but then it stopped. And
did they learn at school?
Before, like when they were younger, you couldn't buy sweaters in stores that easily.
Okay.
So everybody like went to like knitting school.
Oh.
Before they
knitting school.
Yeah, they got married.
Yeah.
And they were supposed to make sweaters for everybody.
Wow. Okay.
Like everyone went like cooking school and knitting school and like learn tea ceremony.
Okay.
That was like part of the prep for getting married.
Wow.
Back in the day.
Yeah.
Like maybe until early 80s or something.
When I was younger, I remember being in high school and there was like a class called home economics, which a lot of girls took, and you would learn to cook and do things. And then there was
we still have it too.
what was it called for the boys? shop class or something, and they would do woodworking
Oh
and
yeah,
yeah,
same,
mechanics,
same,
yeah.
same.
yeah, but we never had knitting school. I
Mm.
wanted to go to knitting school.
Yeah, but I didn't learn how to knit in
Mm.
school.
Okay.
It was only sewing.
Only sewing. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. That they
Yeah.
did teach some sewing in home economics.
Mm.
Yeah. Well, that's really interesting.
Yeah,
really
but
interesting.
like so most people who knit were older generation until maybe like I started knitting. It was
Mm.
still like that. It was really rare to meet someone who's young or like in 20s and 30s whose hobbies are knitting.
Yeah.
But for some reason these days younger people
Yeah,
started
I
to
think
knit.
everyone watch YouTube.
I think YouTube is a
Yeah,
big
yeah.
Yeah.
is a
Yeah.
big inspiration for people.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even I go onto YouTube and look for stuff
Yeah.
all the time.
Yeah.
Do people knit in public here, like on public transportation?
Not very much. But this morning we were having breakfast at a cafe and we were knitting
Yeah.
and I looked and there was a woman, like youngish woman, doing crochet.
Oh, exciting.
Oh, you didn't notice?
I would like wave to them, be like, "Hi,
Yeah,
can
so
we be friends?"
I was tempted to come go talk to her.
Yeah. I'm always like looking for people because I sit down. What I notice now in public transport, everybody's on their phone,
Mhm.
you know, and I don't want to be on my phone, so I always take out my knitting and I'm knitting, and I always kind of look around and see like, is anyone else knitting? Every once in a while, not here in Tokyo, but like in Paris, I'll see someone knitting and I'll just be like, "Hi," you know, it's like we do the little knitters wave and like hold up our knitting and stuff. It's really funny.
Yeah.
I did notice when I was knitting on the public transportation here in Tokyo that a lot of the older ladies were watching me, like really watching me. They were like, "What does she do?"
I often they often come up to me and say, like, "What are you making?"
Oh,
Like,
that's
I'm a
really
knitter
nice.
too.
Oh, that's really
But
nice.
it's usually older.
Yeah,
people.
yeah, older.
Yeah.
Yeah, I always find that really interesting. I don't think they would approach me because they probably know that I don't speak Japanese. But I did see this one lady. She was all like, and I feel like she was saying "sugoi" or something. Like she was like going like that with her face, and it was so funny.
Yeah.
It was really cute. So yeah, okay. Well, those are all my questions. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And we have received some questions from viewers.
Okay.
The first one is in Japanese.
Okay.
So, こんばんは。糸の色がいつも綺麗だなと思っていて、いつか見たいです。ジブリの糸も気になっています。好きなジブリの映画やキャラクターがあったら教えてください。
Oh, so this person really admires your colors. And
Thank you.
she's especially like your Miyazaki, like anime collection colors.
Thank you.
And her question is which movie of his is your favorite and which character you like?
It's really hard to say. A lot of people think that Ponyo is my favorite because I have 3 colorways from that film. But also, like Howl's Moving Castle, I also have 3.
Oh, you do?
There's Calcifer,
Oh, yeah.
Hal and Sophie, and what's the other one? Chihiro No Face. Yeah, so 3. But those are not my favorite films. The reason why those films have so many colorways is because those are the films that I watch the most with my children. When they were younger, Ponyo was my son's favorite. We would watch it almost every day for like 3 years. and almost to the point that sometimes he would switch it to Japanese and he would like try to learn say things in Japanese. And then for Howl's Moving Castle, my daughter really liked this movie, and so I watched a lot with her. But I think my favorite film is actually Princess Mononoke. Yeah, Princess Mononoke is probably my favorite Miyazaki film. And then after that would be Nausicaa. Yeah, Nausicaa. So for me, those are the 2 films that really mean a lot to me. But visually, Ponyo and Howl's Moving Castle are really beautiful.
Yeah. I agree.
Yeah.
They're really colorful.
Very colorful. Yeah. Thank you.
もののけ姫と、あとナウシカっていうことですかね。
はい。
Second one is, I always think your works are great for color combination. How do you decide the color combination?
Well, if my staff was here, the people who work with me, they always say I pick yellow first. I always want to use yellow in all of my sweaters. I have probably 20 yellow
you have
sweaters.
like 3 yellows here.
So I always start with yellow as one of my colors. And then I love pink, so I throw pink in there. But sometimes it doesn't work for specific projects. If I'm doing color work, and I know that I need to make sure that the motif is very crisp, I will pick out the colors that I think that'll work together. And I have a routine that I do. I take a picture in black and white so I can look at the value of the colors to make sure that it's not too dark, not too light, not too much gray. And that way it tells me if the contrast is good. But mostly that's kind of my process, but I sit down and I swatch. You know, you never really know how the colors are going to play together until you knit it together. So that's how I do it.
Thank you. That's all.
Thank you. Great questions.
じゃあ終わりましょう。ちょうど1時間です。
Hi. I think it's been an hour.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Thank you, everyone. It was so fun.
Yeah, it was fun.
Yeah.
Thank you for.
Thank you for coming.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye.
ありがとうございます。
ありがとうございます。